Hello, and welcome to my Creative Corner. I want to provide tips for overcoming anxiety as a creative individual. I want to put you in a better headspace, provide a different perspective to someone who might be stuck in their anxious mind. While I talk, I will be drawing and inking this portrait for an upcoming festival for you to watch and enjoy. You've heard the word before. Anxiety or being anxious is feeling fear, unease, worry, usually about things you are uncertain about. You don't know the outcome of something or an event, if you can live up to the task. When that anxious feeling is so persistent that it affects your daily life, you may have an anxiety disorder. It's hard, even if it's just sometimes. I've struggled with GAD for about 15 years now, and after all that time, I find ways to work around it to do the things I've dreamed of accomplishing. I want to put you in a better mindset to help you better complete your goals in whatever creative field you are pursuing. Nothing of value will happen overnight. You may feel that you need to complete something right this moment, that this is the only time, that this is the best time, or you'll miss your chance and never be successful. Then you get frustrated when the finished project is not what you wanted it to be because you let the pressure get to you and make you feel like you didn't have enough time. That pressure can be overwhelming. You always have time if something truly matters to you. Understand that you are on your schedule when starting an art piece or your first novel. Once I had to complete a 16 by 20 inch pointillism piece in 3 weeks during my first year at an arts conservatory high school. We only had to use the tip of markers to fill out the page from white, blank. It was a nightmare for everyone. I worked on that piece day and night. I couldn't participate in health and gym class, so every chance I got, I would ask the coach if I can use that period to go to the art room and work on this piece. I skipped lunchtime to work on this piece. I missed out on hours of sleep, and still I did not make that 3 week deadline. It took about an extra week and a half to turn the project in. I knew it was beyond late. I just didn't care that it was late. I worked hard, and I wasn't going to rush this piece that I had already worked on tirelessly for over a month just to meet a deadline. But guess what my grade percentage on the project was? You have to give yourself the time. Your work is merely an extension of yourself and your values. I didn't care about getting a good grade. I wasn't trying to impress anyone. I just did the work no matter how long it took. My teacher recognized my efforts and I was rewarded for it. No one is forcing you to do these creative fields. When you aren't working with the expectation of others in mind, you can create the most amazing things. I wrote a haiku poem to express the pressures of creative fields. Take it with you. How easy it is to create without a vulture on your shoulders, waiting for you to give out. This one is very simple. Write down all your strengths and everything you have achieved. Write down what good others have said about your work. I'm so serious. You need that physical reminder when you're unmotivated, anxious, or feel like giving up. It's nice to remind yourself when no one else will. It's always good to take constructive criticism. The key word is constructive because that means someone has your best interest in mind. They can explain what is wrong, what could be made better. They want you to get better. Criticism without a good reason is meant to condemn you, bring you down. Your work is bad. Well, why? How? If the person can't answer, don't consider what they say. I don't know, it just is, as an answer will not be accepted. Give up will not be accepted. You cannot do whatever you want to do will not be accepted. The people whose opinions matter and for you to listen to will always be in your best interest. Sometimes you are not mentally ready to do what you love. Instead of it bringing you joy, it only fills you with negativity in your thoughts, feelings, and even actions. There have been several months when I didn't do anything creative. I didn't write, I didn't draw, nothing. It just filled me with dread. I had to get into a better headspace if I hoped to do what I really wanted to. Sometimes all you need is healthy hour breaks so you don't get burned out. Once I started a short story in 2020 and didn't complete it until 2023. I had to work on it at the pace I needed during those years. This all goes back to time. No one was expecting that short story from me, and I felt it was worth it to take the proper time to finish it to the best of my ability. Forcing yourself to do certain projects in a certain amount of time when you may not be ready is not the right answer. Please don't give up on it, however, but it doesn't kill you to take a step back sometimes. It will only make you stronger. I want to explain this one with a little anecdote. It was the summer before senior year, and with that came required reading. I had an English class and 6 books to read before the year began. One of those books was Slaughterhouse-Five. I had never heard of the book or the author. 6 classmates I knew had already taken a crack at it and said I didn't get it, I didn't like it, and it wasn't for me. I thought I wasn't going to like it either. I picked it because it had a colorful cover. I loved the book. I didn't finish the 5 other books, only this one. It was such an interesting and enjoyable read. I felt I learned from it. By the end, I was able to understand the perspective of the book, the themes of the book. I ended up being the only one though. But, want to know how many copies this book has sold since publication? 800,000 copies. That's in the US alone. It's considered the author's most iconic piece of work. Some people are not going to like your work. It cannot please everyone. But some people are going to love your work. They're going to feel how I felt giving Slaughterhouse-Five a chance. They're going to feel better after reading your story, after viewing your art, your film, your photography, getting a chance to see a part of you. That's the key word, you. There is an audience for everybody. Remember always, fall 7 times, stand up 8. I challenge you all to actually write down those achievements I talked about. Brag to yourself. It helps to write at least one. And I know you have them. Don't overthink what they are. A simple compliment will work. I hope this video helps you have a better mentality about your creative dreams or just lifts you up. Please enjoy the rest of the inking process and stay for the final result.